Hey y'all, let's talk for 10 minutes. What does Twitch have that YouTube gaming needs? 10 minutes on the clock, let's go. All right, for those of you who don't know, I just recently went to Las Vegas to host or report on a Twitch Rivals event called the Ultimate Challenge, where they had 32 of its top creators competing in a 2-day event to crown the Twitch Rivals Ultimate Challenge. And shout out to Dog and Hafu, who were able to win it all. And it was very exciting. It was very cool. And I've already made a podcast/YouTube video regarding the battle between Twitch versus YouTube gaming, how they were competing, going back and forth regarding to live streamer numbers and impact and regain all those kind of fancy stats and whatnot. But when it boils down to it, one of the points I made was that Twitch has the leg up when it comes to community-based events. And that's something as a YouTuber, I've done this for 10 years, that is very difficult to do on your own. Now, you do have the Mr. Beast and things like that who can rally entire YouTube community for a great cause, such as the planting trees and, of course, cleaning up the oceans. Those causes are due to the big ups, the huge ones out there, like someone like the gravitas of Mr. Beast who could rally in the entire community. That's just not available for the small creators. That's what makes Twitch so great. Again, disclaimer, as I just said, I am a host and caster for Twitch Rivals. I've been asked and been part of many productions. But because of that, I've seen the impact that being on a Twitch Rivals on all different facets have helped bolster a stronger community. From the streamer who's just been a partner, who's just getting into it, getting introduced, cross-pollination between other communities, to the other big time streamer able to win it all, to add some accolades to this thing. There's so many benefits for competing and being part of Twitch Rivals, and it just doesn't start there. And so let me tell you as well, as a caster, there's huge benefits of being a host of Twitch Rivals as well, being part of it, being integrated. And one of those benefits, like I mentioned, was going to Las Vegas and casting and reporting and whatnot at the Twitch Rivals Ultimate Challenge. And just to give you an update on it, just to step back a little bit from the debate between YouTube gaming and Twitch, it was a phenomenal event. It was really cool. I met a lot of awesome people, not only in the parties and whatnot after in between the 2 days, but it was a very safe event as well. They had us COVID tested so many times. There's so many times I've had so many things up my nose, and the brain tickler is a fun thing to have. But regardless, they kept us safe. They had us in a very nice hotel at the Delano. And at the end of the day, it was really cool to be able to cast in person in a LAN event setting. It's something that I haven't done in a long time. The last time that I'd done a LAN event was when I was casting Uncharted 4 multiplayer live from Toronto in a movie theater setting. So this was really cool. It was at the Michelob Ultra Arena. They had us in a huge arena inside the ground floor, and they had these IRL challenges that kind of felt like a Nickelodeon, like a Wild and Crazy Kids type vibe, Double Dare type beat. And I was the reporter of one called Chip Shot. So these are the things that YouTube gaming is going to need. I mean, you already seen a lot of YouTube gaming centric type collabs with like the offline community, the OTK, all those kinds of things are all creator based. But this was the actual platform, Twitch, putting together 32 of the awesome ones. I mean, you had Willneff, you had Hassan, you had Nick30, you had Replays, you had Cypher PK, you had Foolish Gamer, you had Puns, you had QT Cinderella, you had Maya, you had NMP, you had Melina. As you can see, I did a lot of research for it. Tyler One, you had Adept as well, you have Michaela, all these awesome people from all the walks of Twitch Live colliding, and it just showed how awesome it was. It felt different, it felt unique, and it felt cool. And I don't know if you watched it, if you're just coming across this as a YouTube on the side of things, because, you know, in life, there's a lot of times where people just put their stake in the ground and they just forever won't accept the other platform for whatever it is. If you weren't a MySpacer, you were something else. If you weren't a Facebooker, you were something else. If you like, I don't know, the left side of a Twix bar, you like the right side of the Twix bar. There's just so many times where people love to draw their foot in the sand when it comes to things that really don't matter. So at the end of the day, I'm always a big fan of like more is awesome and the more competition is better. So when you have things like YouTube gaming and showing up, like I mentioned, that other podcasts are kind of gaining on Twitch, it just puts a little bit of a pause on things. It makes you wonder, like, how can they compete? And the biggest difference is community-based, in person sometimes, or remote community tournaments. I've heard lots of things from YouTubers who are coming over to the Twitch side of things to sign partnerships and things like that. They said that they really were looking forward to the Twitch Rivals type tournaments because it's so difficult to do on your own. To collab with even one other YouTuber is quite difficult. And so that is why I believe like Twitch is certainly doing the right things. And if YouTube Gaming wants to step up, they need to create a production. They need to create a channel landing page that features more and more of their YouTube talent and puts them on a pedestal like Twitch Rivals does for all their talent as well. And this is just not only the places that Twitch is doing things on Twitch Rivals. They're doing things like Twitch Weekly. They have trivia shows. They're collabing with other creators on the platform to create really full-fledged, full-funded type of shows. Like, for example, you know, shows, not saying that Twitch has funded Ludwig, but shows like that where the Money and Mogul, where it's a game show, things of that sort. So that's what's really cool, that Twitch knows that it needs to compete with YouTube Gaming just beyond getting their personalities and big names. Granted, I would say it would have been really cool to have some of the old familiar names like Tim the Tatman and Dr. Lupo to be able to compete in this IRL challenge just because they bring a lot of content. And I would say that that is also a strength when it comes to having these community-led based or these Twitch-led based things, is that when we were doing rehearsals for the Twitch Ultimate Challenge, you know, we're like looking at the chip shot, we're seeing these IRL things, we're like, okay, you know, we get it. Yeah, as hosts and talent, and we're like, yeah, we get it. But there's something special when you have these content creators all together making content together. You have people they were using the Samsung thing on a tripod, and they were capturing their own perspectives. So you literally had 32 different perspectives of the one event. You had so many people watching the main broadcast because it was the main hub. You came to not only watch what was keeping up to date the leaderboard, but hey, hopefully you get to watch the talent as well, which is a phenomenal talent team. We had Wavepunk, we had Uber, we had Glitter Explosion, Necra, and Veli, and myself. So it really felt cool to have all these people from different games, from Overwatch, from Rainbow, from Apex, all come together into this world of Fortnite, like myself, all coming together, and it was really fun. Personally as well, it was really fun to be able to work this muscle of in-field reporting, working with the stick mic, things that I haven't done in a very long time and that I could definitely add to the resume. I can definitely learn from as well. So if I was trying to find a way to maybe on the Instagram or maybe YouTube short stories to post short clips regarding that, maybe I might do that as well here. So I just wanted to talk about these two different things and the experience I has as a content creator, as a streamer for the YouTube Gaming Ultimate Challenge was definitely life-changing in a way that it put the notch in the belt and was able to progress my career. It's something, like I said, I honestly don't know how to do as a YouTuber. Now, granted, maybe I'm just not at that ceiling as a YouTuber who could reach these certain types to be in talks with YouTube production. I mean, I have been streaming for a long time on Twitch. I have been a partner, and I have been part of many different productions where I've gained the trust and I've gained the confidence from the producers to be able to handle these type of events. But considering that YouTube Gaming is, I don't know, maybe they will get something like a centralized production type beat. And maybe they will reach out to YouTubers and things of that sort that they trust, that they work with, that maybe they have the big YouTuber subscriber pool. They'll be able to put it on an event like that. But regardless, at the end of the day, Twitch just showed the world what it can do. If you look at the VODs for the Twitch Rivals, over 1 million views plus, and that is just on Twitch Rival side of things for both days. So a huge success. You had XQC there as well, who had 90,000 people. You had Ludwig doing watch parties as well, so big things are happening. So it was a huge impact, and no doubt Twitch is going to want to do it again. And if they could create a seasonal content surrounding these IRL things where they put all these talent together and they kind of invest in it, you're going to get a huge following, and you're going to create some new stars, and you're going to introduce more of your audience from Twitch based over to new cross-pollinizations in a huge way. This kind of reminds me of those Among Us lobbies where you had 10 people cross-pollinating with 10 communities. And this, on this scale, for Twitch Rivals, was literally 32 communities integrating into one. And that in itself is wild, and that in itself is crazy. So, in the end of the day, if YouTube Gaming wants to catch up more to Twitch, they need to create these productions that are based on their talent, and they need to create a community that could be rivaling the awesome Bleeding Purple Twitch community, which I love to this day. But thank you so much for watching and listening to the 10-Minute Checkpoint podcast. My name is SanchoWest, where we talk about anything regarding video games, movies, music, and sometimes about streaming platforms, all within 10 minutes. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and drop a follow wherever you're listening on your podcast services. Thank you.